Takes from the Deep End.
Oh, I love that intro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right? If you are not familiar with Takes from the Deep End, this is where we dive into the hottest, boldest, sometimes kind of wild and crazy takes that we get from our fans, from our viewers, from our the folks that comment on our videos and all of our social media. We compile them, and then I toss it to the fellas, and we agree, disagree, chop it up, and have some good times with them. So we're going to start with you, Anthony, sir. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Takes from the deep end. Free agency so far is a 5.5 out of 10. We need to do better.
Somebody else commented on our free agency video saying that was a C at best, and I actually agreed with them. I think the free agency period has been average. We didn't blow any doors open, which it's hard to say whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing yet. We'll see when the season comes around, but it certainly wasn't exciting for fans. We didn't make any splash moves. We didn't pay any big contracts. We didn't make any trades this year, which is something we've kind of gotten used to, having some splash moves each year. So yeah, it was a boring free agency this year.
It really was.
Yeah.
Keith, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's been a ho-hum free agency. It's hard to get excited. It's hard to get, too excited about any of the moves. James Daniels was exciting for about 5 minutes, and then it's like, yeah, okay, this is a guy coming off of a torn Achilles tendon. Hopefully he'll be back in time for training camp. And then a bunch of moves that were more or less depth moves. And so it's hard to get too excited about many of these moves in free agency. They didn't go out and sign any big name guys. That also takes discipline. So I'm actually not upset with that, because we got so used to these splash moves that free agencies like this we come away from underwhelmed.
Yeah, which is why I think it's a little bit better. I mean, I'm not raving about this, but I would put this in the 6.5, 7 range. Well, maybe not that high. Maybe 6 to 6.5.
Crazy.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Because I do like the restraint, right?
Yeah.
I do like the fact that they set their number at their position. They stuck to it. They didn't pull levers on contracts. They didn't push money down the road. They used this year, how I read it, there seems to be a lot of uncertainty, I guess is the best word, in the front office. So, they played it a little on the safe side. Word is apparently Ross might have come down and said, hey, limit your spending. We need to get our books in order. And so they use this free agency to fill some needs with short-term contracts, sign some backup players, some third string type guys on short-term contracts, and kind of reset their books in a way. I don't hate it. Right? I mean, it's not splashy, but I don't hate it. What about you, Taylor? Sorry. So what about you?
Yeah.
Somebody talk.
Hey, you.
You listening. It's been a fine free agency. Nothing horribly bad other than a move or two that people I'm sure has talked about to death, including us here, and nothing really to just knock your socks off. I think Kesey said it perfectly. James Daniels' move was one all four of us were pretty excited by, but yeah.
I like it. Keith, coming your way next, buddy.
All right.
Takes from the deep end. I've never heard so much complaining about signing a backup guard, Eichenberg, who knows this system, for $2 million. Thoughts?
We've watched him play. We've all watched. How could you say that? We've watched him start 17 games for us last year, and he was terrible in all 17 games. And he was terrible in the games before Austin Jackson went down, and then he got worse when Austin Jackson went down. We brought this guy back. If the front office, if anybody expects him to start any games for us this year, man, we've seen this guy up close and personal. I don't understand how.
We're talking $2 million for a backup who's hopefully the number 6 or 7th guy.
Yeah, right? Hopefully. But right now,
he's the starter.
Yeah, exactly. If the Dolphins were to start the season right now, and I understand the draft still hasn't happened, free agency still isn't over, but if the season were to start tomorrow, Liam Eichenberg would be your starting right guard.
I don't agree with that. I would rather see Borum in there, just anything but Eichenberg.
You know what? I will take the cyanide capsule. That's what I prefer.
I like it. I like it. All right. Let's see. Taylor, coming to you, bud. This one's a long one, so I apologize. Takes from the deep end. Here is the master plan, fellas. Number 1, bench or trade Tua. Number 2, trade Tyreek Hill for a second and 2/3. Ramsey for a second and Phillips for a second. Number 3, tank for Arch Manning. Number 4, fire Chris Greer. Number 6, hire Mike Borgonzi, the assistant GM for Kansas City, and enjoy the rebuild. What are your thoughts? I don't even know. I forgot who submitted this, but I mean, hey, kudos for trying, I guess.
I wish I was as high as whoever. I mean, oh man, that's
a lot.
I have no answer. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless.
There's so much that just wouldn't happen in this thing.
I know. I had to when I saw it, I was like, I purposely got this one for Taylor because I knew you would be speechless.
But there is no answer. Like,
yeah.
I mean, sure, I guess Arch Manning will be fantastic, but
you're building some
thank you for him. But that's essentially just going, hey, would you like to see what happened in 2019 again? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
All of those trades alone were just like, you're not getting that for Ramsey or Phillips, especially. Maybe you get that for Hill, but I don't even think you're getting that for Hill. So, and then bench a $55 million quarterback. We're not Atlanta.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Anthony, you're next, bud.
I'm here.
All right. Takes from the deep end. I am much happier seeing the Pats throw $70 million at Diggs than getting Hunter on a rookie deal for 5 years.
I don't want to say anything about this because I don't want to put it into the atmosphere that they're not going to take Hunter, because then they take Hunter anyways, right? Like, yes, I'll start to the first part. Yes, I am very happy they spent $70 million on a wide receiver who has been much worse than he ever was the last 3 seasons. I don't know. Maybe they're just throwing money around to make their fans happy. I have no idea. It's a ridiculous deal for a guy that nobody else was going to give that deal to. It's great. It's like Milton Williams all over again.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Keith, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm not thrilled about the Diggs signing, but like, this doesn't preclude them from getting Travis Hunter. Like, I think most teams concur that Travis Hunter is best used as a cornerback, and there's still a very real need at cornerback for the Patriots. So if I'm the Patriots, like, if Travis Hunter is available, I'm running to the podium drafting Travis Hunter. Abdul Carter isn't going to be available. I think the first 2 picks are going to be Cam Smith and Abdul Carter, in which case Travis Hunter will be available to them at 3. And
you take Armand Membu if you're trying to keep your quarterback, your second-year quarterback alive.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, maybe, but I'm taking Travis Hunter because I think he's going to be that good of a cornerback.
Yeah, I mean, people say he's a generational player. I don't think. I mean, I know Armand.
I don't see it. I don't see it
here, but
I do see it. I think he's the Darrelle Revis reincarnated.
I think he's really, really good. I'm not crapping on the fact that he's going to be a top 3, top 4 pick. I just don't think he's a generational player. Sorry.
That's the first person I've heard say that.
Yeah.
Josh, what's your college team again?
Florida State. So I'm not biased at all.
No.
The shell is just opening more and more.
All right, let's go to the next question. All right, Taylor. We need about 4 to 5 starting players and have 10 draft picks. Everyone calm down. Let's wait till after the draft. That's how I understood this. What are your thoughts? Do you think that? So do you agree with 4 to 5 starting? We need 4 to 5 starting players. And do you agree that with our 10 draft picks, we could fill 4 or 5 of them?
Well, we got about 3 premium picks. We just found that out. And through that exercise, we just found out that not going to be able to fix every hole on the team, because there's 31 other teams that have holes and they're trying to fix their team as well. So, yeah, no matter what, we're going to be looking at week 1 going, hey, there's a problem with this team. It's just the way that the roster is right now. Like, this is not what it was in 2023, 2022, where the Dolphins were in that, win now window. This is that next phase. This is either it's going to work out with the foundational pieces they have, or this is going to be the last year of this regime.
Yeah.
How depressing.
So excited for next season, fellas. Can't wait. Good. Hey, at the very least, silver lining, no matter how bad the year is, we're going to have great content on the show. All right. I'm going to do one more for each of you guys, and then we can sign off. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, Keith, I'm coming right to you, buddy. Takes on the deep end. I think we should trade out of round 1 this year in a down year and get more draft picks or stockpile draft picks for the next year's draft, which has a lot better talent. What are your thoughts?
I mean, we're drafting at 13. How far do you want us to trade down? Honestly, like that's a long fall out of the 1st round.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to trading back. I'm not opposed to trading our 13th pick for, say,
the 14th pick.
The 14th pick, or the 21st, 22nd pick, and maybe picking up a third this year and maybe a second next year or something like that. But let's say trade out of the 1st round when we have real immediate needs right now. That's I can't.
That's
go there.
tough. Yeah. All right. So let me flip it. Let me flip this. This is not a question that I have, but I just hearing us talk. Is there a scenario in which you would want to trade up?
No.
So sacrifice next year's some capital this year and next year to trade up for a player.
No, I don't think trading up's on the menu for us this year.
So like if Armand Membu falls to like 9 and I'm making these up completely, you wouldn't trade up for him? 10? No. All right.
I think the only way that happens is if Abdul Carter fell.
Yeah, somebody like Abdul Carter,
to 9 or something.
Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, one of those guys falls, then you
give up a 1 next year.
Yeah, you consider trading up, but like we aren't a team that can afford to give up assets right now.
I agree. No, I'm with you. I was just playing devil's advocate. I was just curious. You devil. Anthony. I know it's kind of like the one we already did, but I like this one too. I like the way it's worded. We have 3 premium draft picks in rounds 1 through 3 for 5 starting jobs. Everything after round 3 is trying to find a needle in a haystack. What are your thoughts?
Bro, the exercise we just did was such proof of that. I mean, if you are a Dolphins fan, you haven't gone on to one of these mock draft simulators to try this out, please do, because your reality is warped if you haven't yet. Yeah. Because you look at these lists of players in the top 100s and you think to yourself, oh yeah, look, this guy's listed at number 98. He'll definitely be there. He definitely won't be there. Okay. Yeah. He won't.
Sure won't.
Yeah.
So go and run one of the simulators. Don't care which one it is. Like 1,000 times, you'll see just how different things could be. Yeah. Everything after the 3rd round is a crapshoot. I would say we're after the last pick in the 3rd round because it's compensatory. I would even argue that pick's a crapshoot. We're 98th pick, just inside the top 100. We have 2 premium picks, in my opinion. So if we could trade back and get more, I would definitely be okay with that.
Yeah, Taylor, what are your thoughts? I know this is kind of like the one you did earlier, just a second ago, but
yeah, I totally agree with Anthony. I mean, also the thing is you look at the mock draft we just did. There were a few moves that were totally unrealistic, like the Colts trading up a spot to get a corner, Benjamin Morrison, who has a lot of pros to him, but considered like a day 2 guy. But even considering that, we got to round 4. And we were sitting there going, oh, well, we got screwed out of guards because we didn't take one early. Yep. And that's kind of just how it is. And you might have a player that falls like last year with Malik Washington, but that's rare. You got to figure out where that's going to be on your board.
Yeah, you got to pivot.
It's crazy because like you go into these, you're looking at the players and it's like, okay, it's almost like a shopping list. It's like I'll take one Armand Membu, and then I'll take a Jahad Campbell, and and
I'll sprinkle in some Malachi Starks.
Yeah. I mean, Ted McMillan might be available. I'll take him. It's not that easy. And you go through exercises like we just went through, and like Taylor just said, we waited on guard because we didn't feel like there was one worthy of our 13th pick, and then before you know it, we're in the 4th round. We need a guard. We don't have one yet. And sometimes that's how it shakes out. So.
And sometimes if it shakes out that way, Keith is jumping through a window.
Yeah.
But the reality is it's 32 NFL teams, 32 GMs, and each team has at least 4 scouts, if not more. I mean, so like these top 100 boards for the except for the Bengals have 1. The top the top 100 boards for these teams look so different. I'm just reminded of like the Raiders taking Cleveland Farrell at like 14 or something a few years back,
or the Dolphins trading up to 3 to draft. Who did we draft?
Jordan.
There it is.
Yeah.
That lovely pick.
Or even the Chiefs taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 32nd overall, trading back. I think they traded back into the first round to take him, and that didn't really work out very well either. It's like this.
I actually loved that pick at the time, though.
So I think everybody did.
Yeah, everyone thought it was the steal of the draft. Yeah.